Good morning. I'm gonna start off eating. I got these massive persimmons the other day. I'm gonna have one of these. I'm gonna eat the last opal apple that I have with some almond butter to start. I think I'm gonna make a matcha latte as well. Verdict: if you can find an opal apple, these are really yummy. Yummy, yummy flavor. These ones were organic, but I don't think I've ever seen this variety before, but if you see them, get them. They're really good. So I'm having them with some almond butter. As I said, I'm going to have a massive persimmon, and I have my water all boiling, ready for some tea. Alright, I've steeped my stevia in a little bit of a tea, an herbal tea. I'm going to add my almond milk in here. And then I'm just going to add, actually today I'm doing red tea. So this is that one I was telling you guys about, the anti-inflammatory one. And this one has a really nice English breakfast flavor to it. So I'll just mix this up. And then I'll have some of this. This one has lots of antioxidants. It also has that antioxidant EGCG, which is the known cancer fighter, actually. It's been studied a lot, which is also contained in the matcha tea as well. So good anti-inflammatory and the EGCG antioxidant. Here we go. We are going out to an event. My friend Michelle has a little graduation from her Dr. Furman Nutritarian end of heart disease and diabetes little boot camp that she's been doing for 9 weeks. All her amazing students are graduating today. Got invited to it, so we're gonna go have some food with all those really amazing people. My schedule's a little bit off today because I just didn't really plan the timing about that. So I'm having a little snack right now. Some of the tempeh that I made the other day. Some mushrooms. And I'm making my brownie bites, my chocolate brownie bites for everyone to eat there.
Tiny bit more. Now I was telling Cheri, where's Cheri?
Right here.
Cheri's over here. We were hiking the other day.
Okay.
And you take the red pepper from the garden home, take it home. Now, over at Trader Joe's, they have organic lemons.
Oh.
Ooh. And with the organic lemons, it is okay to put the lemon peel in after you thoroughly wash it. So that's what you're going to do. The recipe calls for green onion. Oh, yeah.
Some of these.
Yes.
How about some pineapple?
Thank you.
Pineapple?
I'll get some.
So,
Very good. Okay, I should go back and get some then.
So we went in the liquor store and then they gave us free liquor, so we took it. Okay. I got really, really cravey about 20 minutes ago, half an hour ago. And I wanted to have those pancakes again. So I started making them. I was making the sauce, and I made some more of the chocolate sauce for them. Except that's not the one I made. I made a whole other batch before that, and it was so good. I ate the whole thing, spoonful by spoonful. So I had to make another batch because, oh my gosh, you guys. It tastes exactly like a chocolate malt. To me, at least, so good. It was 4 dates, some almond milk, carob powder, and maca powder, and peanut butter. It's like just way too good. Then I was thinking maybe I could make it into like if I could make it into ice cream even. So I'm like, my gears are turning on this. Maybe use an ice cream maker or something, but wow. Wow. So I made another batch of the chocolate sauce, a little bit thicker this time. That was more like chocolate milk, and this one is thick for the pancakes. And I made another batter for pancakes. I hope it's gonna work. I'm not sure because I used an orange instead of a pear because I didn't have any pears left, and that was like kind of the wettest fruit that I had. I don't know. I think you can use an apple too, but I used an orange, so we'll see if that works. They're cooking right now. And I'm just going to make one or two, and that'll be good because I already had all the sauce. Is good?
Yeah.
So you take part of the Death Star, you dip it in the chocolate, and you eat it like that. And you can't see it, but there's a drink in my hand. It's amaretto, lemon juice, and vodka. Y me gusta. Very yummy. Fireplace. You also can't see it, but there's two cats right there. Relaxing. Hey guys. Let me just close my messy closet. I have a cat who's like really upset about something. What? Wow. Okay, I look terrible right now. Sorry. I'm going to bring something up with you guys just to keep you informed of what's going on. I've been struggling with something for a few months. And yesterday it kind of got really bad, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do to resolve it, but it's not a common problem that you hear about very much. It's but I'm sure you've heard of it. It's called restless leg syndrome. And I don't know if any of you have it or not, but I've had it for, you know, I don't even know. I can't even remember. The first time I ever noticed this type of a feeling is back, it was a year or so ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I was taking Benadryl to help me sleep, because Benadryl is supposed to be a fairly innocuous type of a thing that you can use for drowsiness. Except I was using, like, you know, they have those sleep aids at Walgreens or whatever, and I started using those, and I noticed that the ingredient in those sleep aids was Benadryl, just diphenhydramine. So started to get that, like at Sam's Club. Just take 1 or 2 diphenhydramines at night to go to sleep, and it worked wonderfully for a long time. And it kind of cemented this idea that, like, I hate taking pills. I hate them. Like, I hate taking medications for stuff because of exactly what happened after a while of taking this Benadryl. So I started, it would work perfectly. I would sleep so well, and it would just knock me out, and I could sleep all night, and it was great. Except after a while of doing this, several months, I don't even remember, maybe it was a year longer, I don't know how long I did it. And I didn't do it very much. It was like, you know, every couple weeks or something, I'd do it for a few days in a row, and then wouldn't need it for a while, and I would go back to it, whatever. I wasn't like, you know, taking a ton of it or whatever, but I did use that to sleep for a bit. And what ended up happening, and this is like a little known side effect that not a lot of people get, but sure enough, after Googling and, you know, really searching for this, I found a lot of people who got the same thing. They would get restless limbs. And what does that feel like? So it's like, and it would do the opposite of what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to put me to sleep, and it ended up making me feel really twitchy. So what it feels like is when you just lay there, you feel like this like feeling like this in your limbs where you can't, like, you have to shake it. It's so annoying. And it feels like there's like, just like your nerve endings are just firing, and you just gotta shake your arm or something, or your legs or whatever. And so for me, it started off as my legs, and I had no idea that it was related to the Benadryl for a little while. But then I started to put 2 and 2 together and figured out that it was that. So I haven't used it since. because I can't deal with it. It's the worst. But I'm concerned now that I actually maybe damaged myself a little bit because when I stopped using the diphenhydramine, I had no issues. Everything was fine for a long time. Except lately, over the last few months, I started to get like restless leg syndrome or restless limb syndrome. I don't know, because it's not just my legs, it's my arms too. And it's not really that big of a deal. It wasn't that big of a deal for a long time. And I noticed it has been getting a little bit worse in the last few weeks, where when I try to go relax and lay down to watch some TV at night, and you know what, maybe I haven't noticed it much in the last few months because I rarely would watch TV right before bed. I would always sort of be on the computer for a long time and then just go right to bed once I was too tired. But lately I've been taking some time at night to just try to relax after being on the computer all day. But then I get this restless leg syndrome. So yesterday and the day before were the worst I've ever experienced. And I also noticed I had some alcohol those 2 days. Not a ton, like maybe 1 to 2 drinks worth. But I don't know if they're related or not. They very possibly could be, and that's why it was a little bit worse. I don't know. But so what happens is I just lay down and I'll be watching TV or something, and I'll just feel like I need to like move my legs, like I just need to stretch, or I need to sort of flex the muscles in my legs and shake them out a little bit. And then I'll get the same thing in my arms. And then it just gets worse and worse, and it keeps bugging me. And it sounds silly. If you don't have it, it sounds really stupid. It sounds silly, like, oh, you know, that sounds really dumb. But it's so annoying, and it doesn't go away, and it just gets worse throughout the night. And then for me, I found that if I lay on my back, if I go to bed, like usually what it means is I'm really tired and I just have to go to bed. So what's happened is if I just go to bed and if I lay on my stomach, it goes away. Then I don't feel it, and I fall right asleep. And it's been sort of an indicator to me to go to bed. But just the last couple of nights, it got so bad. Like, I think even 2 nights ago, I think it sort of woke me up and kept me up for a while, and I couldn't make it go away, and it was so annoying. And last night, I was so tired, I couldn't help it. I just fell right asleep. But last night, I got so stressed, and that's why my eyes are, like, so red and stuff today, because I was crying about it last night, because it's really bothering me. And it's really frustrating. So I went on Dr. Furman's website to look up what to do about it. And he says that it's a symptom of like extended detox, basically, which would make sense because, I mean, I've been having a lot of crappier foods lately, and I had some alcohol and some things that, like, when I'm on a challenge or whatever, I don't notice that bothers me. So for some people, he was saying you need to be 100% Nutritarian, and then other people, he actually gave some suggestions of like 3 tablespoons of sunflower seeds per day plus some fish oil, the type of fish oil that he sells that's very clean and pure and not rancid. So there's a few things I can try, which I'm going to be kind of going through and trying some things for the next few weeks to see what I can figure out. But because this is a vlog of, you know, complete transparency, I wanted to let you guys know what was going on. And maybe you have some suggestions, or maybe you have something similar. Maybe you can learn a little bit from what I'm going through now. Or maybe this is a problem that just doesn't matter to you at all. But it is a thing in my life right now, and I'm trying to fix it. And I just wanted to let you guys know about it. I'll keep you updated as I experiment with things. The first thing I'm going to do is try to add sunflower seeds to my diet every day, which I had been doing for a little bit with that kale salad. And I'm going to try to keep doing that. I put some in my oatmeal this morning, and I'll try to have some with every meal to make sure I get 3 tablespoons a day. And I'm going to try to cut out alcohol for a little while at least. I don't need it. Like, I really don't care much about alcohol, but it's just fun sometimes. So I'll cut that out for a while, and I'm going to try to just make sure I get pretty strict with making sure I have salad every day and some good Nutritarian foods. I'm going to try to go, you know, I just hate saying I'm going to go 100% because because I feel like that puts a lot of pressure on me, and then I end up failing. But I'm going to just really try to do my best right now. And this is the thing too, like I was talking to you guys about this last week. I feel really strong right now. Like I was going through a very, very difficult period, but for me, a lot of it is hormonal. So now I feel back into a strong position where I actually do have motivation and desire to be a nutritarian. But that being said, if you're not there yet, I get that too. So don't feel hard on yourself if you're not in the same place I am. I'm here to support you, and I'm here to tell you that it's okay wherever you are. And we all are going through lots of different things, and not just with food or emotions, but just all of us situations around us, our husbands, our kids, our moms, our dads, our boyfriends, our sisters, our whatever, all these people that are around us that, we have to work with these people who maybe criticize us, and we don't have the support that we feel like we need. I get all that. I completely get it, especially now in the holidays. You guys we're about to go into the hardest time of the year for all of us to deal with this. And do your best, but don't freak out about this stuff. Like, just do your best. It is true, and this isn't to scare you, but it is true that the frequency of heart attacks goes up, and the frequency of strokes goes up at the holidays. Like on the holidays and the day after. Christmas is the #1 day for heart attacks. And it actually is because of all the indulging. So when we change our system so rapidly and so differently for these few months, it's going to just mess up a lot of stuff for us and make it difficult emotionally and all this. But just do something for yourself and try to take it easy on yourself. Try not to be, whatever you end up doing, like I did the last few weeks, try to take it easy on yourself. Try not to, be too hard on yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Try to do your best, of course. Don't just, use it as a ticket to go have whatever you want. Try to use the techniques that we always talk about, and that I'm always talking about using if I'm going somewhere. Have a smoothie before you go, a big smoothie. Drink the whole thing right before you go. Bring food with you in your purse or in a bag or something. Sneak into the bathroom to eat a bunch of your nutritarian food while no one is looking. Seriously, do these things. Try these things to just keep yourself full of good foods during this time, instead of going somewhere hungry and then not being able to stay away from the cheese and the crackers and the salami and all the things that you find in the beginning, the cheesy dips and things like that. So at least you just have less of that stuff, and you have less of a craving for it when you get there. And the pies and the cakes and the cookies and all that kind of stuff. The overloading on salt and the things that, the standard American dieters just don't think about. But we do, because we know it really is important for our bodies to not have too much and to not be overloaded. And enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself, be with your friends and family, try to concentrate on the time that we get to be together that is out of the ordinary for us. It really is a special time. If you celebrate these holidays, whichever holiday you celebrate or don't celebrate, there's so much more togetherness at this point, right? With families, whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know. But, we see people that we haven't seen in a long time, and just try to enjoy that particular aspect of it instead of like I used to be always so excited about the food part, like, oh, I love all the appetizers and all the food around, right? But at least if you have blunted your hunger and your cravings before you went, maybe with a huge chocolate peanut butter smoothie like I have on my website, there's a link for it down below. I always used to have that one before I would go anywhere, and it really does help. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of extra motivation and oomph, and let you know the other stuff that's going on in my life right now, which is a little bit interesting and a learning experience. So, as always, let's go through it together and let's figure this thing out together. Let me know down in the comments below, first of all, if you've ever dealt with restless leg syndrome, and have you done anything to fix it. I won't take medication for it, that's for sure. I never would take medication to try to fix it, because that's just how I am. But I want to try to find a natural remedy. So if you know anything about this, let me know. Or if you don't have any experience with restless leg, let me know either what you're worried about, and maybe we can find some solutions for what you're worried about. maybe we can make this holiday a little bit easier on you. Or if you have some amazing tips about what you do to get through the holidays, how do you make it through as a Nutritarian, or at least to eat a little bit healthier than you normally would? What's your favorite tip? So let us know down in the comments below. Let's talk about this, and see you guys.